Hey guys, Slipstream here with my first real commentary, and today I'm going to be walking you through my Overwatch background and how this season, over the course of just over 1 week, I climbed from high silver all the way to low diamond. What you're going to be seeing on your screen is 4 different gameplays from 4 different points on my climb to diamond. After each rank up, you're going to be able to see not only my improvements in game knowledge and positioning, but also the drastic improvements that I made in my aim. Coming to PC from console was pretty tough because I'd never played PC FPS before, and just building the muscle memory was the hardest part for me. Now with that being said, let's get into it. Before Overwatch came out, I've been a console gamer for several years, mainly playing FPS games like Call of Duty. On Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 I actually ended up playing game battles and UMG matches against really good players. But when Overwatch came out, I got it on release night and played it religiously for like a week straight. Once competitive mode is released, I was grinding every night to try and get to top 500. Each season I try and climb higher and higher up the leaderboards to try and get as close to that #1 spot as I could, but eventually around like season 3 I realized that there wasn't really any room to grow. I've got a couple of friends who play Overwatch on the PC, so I thought, why not? I'll try it out. The challenge was honestly pretty exciting. I ended up getting my PC early this July, and ever since I got it, I've been playing Overwatch non-stop. Like, I got to level 25 as fast as I could to try and do my placement matches. Looking back on it, hopping in straight away probably wasn't the best idea, because my aim wasn't very good, and after my placement matches, I was placed really low. Like, I'd never even been in platinum before, let alone silver. But at the very least, it gave me an opportunity to play at that lower elo, see what mistakes people are making, and maybe even give people advice on how to improve and do what I did. And now for the fun part. I'm going to tell you all my tips and tricks to get out of silver or even gold or platinum and get up into those higher elos, the simple mistakes that you're making that you don't even know are holding you back. First and foremost, no, there's no such thing as elo hell. I've been at every rank, and I can tell you right now for a fact that there's no such thing. Yeah, you're going to have trolls, you're going to have leavers, you're going to have people that throw matches, but statistically it's just as likely to happen to you as anybody else. And I find that a lot of times people go into their queue with this mentality that the odds are stacked against them, and it doesn't matter what they do, they're either going to win or lose just based on what teammates they get. And that's a terrible mentality to have. First of all, you should always try and communicate with your teammates. Being able to get together and build a team comp that you all feel comfortable with is one of the most important parts of a competitive match, and that happens even before you step out of spawn. So as soon as you join the match, join team chat. Try and talk to your teammates, see if there's a hero that they like to play, or use the new feature that Blizzard put in, press the P button, see what their mains are, and try and get them on those heroes. Because if you can't, then they're going to perform their best, and they're going to be happier, and you're going to have better team synergy altogether. And when it comes to your own pick, I think recently people have been putting way too much importance on being able to one-trick and get really good at one hero so that when you win, you gain more SR, and when you lose less. Yeah, this is going to be effective for climbing, but at the same time, being able to flex on different heroes is going to help way more in the long run because you'll be a more versatile player, and also you'll win more games. Although you might not gain as much SR for them, you're going to be winning more games overall, and you're a better player. Another big thing that I think people overlook is the ability to play meta heroes. That means heroes that are really good in the current meta, such as Winston and D.Va for dive, Tracer is really good on dive, Genji's really good on dive, Lucio, Ana, Mercy, heroes that are really good in the current meta. It feels like way too often I'm seeing picks like Hanzo and Widowmaker or Junkrat, and I understand, yeah, those heroes can be good when you play them really well and they have a high potential, but at the same time, it'd be way more efficient to be really good at a meta hero, so you could be way more consistent. In addition to that, I highly recommend going on a Discord server or the Overwatch subreddit and trying to find 1 or 2 players that you can really count on to fill their role and be strong at their role. Finding support or tank main or DPS main that knows what they're doing can be really strong, and when you duo or trio queue with them, you'll be amazed at how fast you're going to grow. One of the other really important aspects that I think gets overlooked way too much is the mentality that you have going into your matches. Not only being positive, but for me, whenever I have a carry mentality, the mentality that I'm just going to go in and my team's going to hop on my back and I'm going to kill everything, that's when I play my best. Being in this mindset allows you not only to be confident in yourself, but be confident that your team's overall going to be performing pretty well. Last but certainly not least is your aim. Your aim is probably the single most important thing that you can improve on. Being able to track targets or flick onto targets really well is how you win. That's when you kill people, you win. That's just how the game works. You can communicate as well as you want, but if you can't kill anything, you're not going to win the game. So just having a practice routine or a warm-up routine that you can go in, work on, and just gradually improve over time is going to be the best thing for your growth. It definitely was the best thing for me because coming to PC from console, I didn't really have any mechanical aim. Building that up is what really helped me to grow and rise through the ranks. Now, with all that being said, I have a few Tracer-specific things that I feel like will really help out people that are new to the hero or just want to learn more about her in general. First off, blink usage. Keep in mind to just have an eye on your blinks and never be completely vulnerable because obviously with 150 HP, Tracer is pretty squishy and she'll die to anything if she's out of position. In addition to that, just know how far your blinks go. It's 7 meters, and knowing that can help you out, knowing what platforms you can reach. Granted, it's probably better to know in terms of maps instead of distance because knowing 7 meters isn't really going to help you out that much. But just practice your tracking with your blinks. So whenever you're tracking on a target and you blink, be able to still aim at them after you blink. Being able to do that will help you out tremendously. Just keeping your aim on them, being able to do damage while staying out of their eyesight, it's massive. That's how you win 1v1s with Tracer, in my opinion. Also, recall usage. Do not panic. Only use recall if you're going to die otherwise, or to get back positioning. I see it all the time where a Tracer player will get hit for 20 or 30 damage and recall immediately. That's not necessary. If you get hit for that amount of damage, go to your healer or get a health pack. You don't need to recall that because your recall is invaluable. It can save you in a lot of situations. So saving it for when you actually need it is the most important thing you can do as Tracer. The first thing you should do if you get damaged is ask yourself, is there a healer around? If there's a healer in the immediate vicinity, just go to them, get them some ult charge, and save yourself some cooldowns. If not, get to the nearest health pack, just blink to it, you get there really fast. Know where the health packs are on the map, that's going to help you out a lot, just staying alive with those health packs. And then finally, if there's no health packs nearby, or if you're in a really bad situation, then you can recall. Another few important things about recall that I don't think everyone knows is whenever you recall, you get a full clip of ammo back. It doesn't matter if you were on 2 shots or 4 shots or 5 shots right before you recall or 3 seconds ago, you're going to get back a full clip. And in addition to that, before you recall, always melee, because you can melee and then immediately recall out of it. It cancels the animation, and you just squeeze in a little bit more damage that could land you a kill. You never know. Another big part of Tracer's kit is her Pulse Bomb. It's the fastest charging ultimate in the game, so you do not need to hold on to it. I see a lot of people hold on to the Pulse Bomb way too often. Just get rid of it. If you can land it on a squishy, that's massive. You always want to prioritize healers like Lucio, Ana, or Mercy. I don't use it on Zen because Zen is pretty easy to kill anyways, as long as he's not really good and discords you and one-shots you. That does happen, by the way. You will see really good Zenyatas out there. But most of them, you can just run up, clip them in the head, and they'll die. You don't need to waste a Pulse Bomb. Now, with that being said, sometimes it's better to prioritize the other team's carry over their healers. Like if they have one player that's really doing well, use that Pulse Bomb on them, get them out of the fight, save your team. But don't try and stick someone unless you know that you're going to get the kill, or at least you're very sure. Because throwing away a Pulse Bomb is just devastating. It does so much damage and has so much potential, so hold on to it if you don't think you're going to land the kill. Also worth noting is that on heroes with a lot more health, like Roadhog or Reinhardt, you're going to have to damage him a little bit, just empty a clip into him, soften him up a little bit, and then land it. And finally, I'm going to talk a little bit about positioning. Tracer has one of the highest potentials in the game, but only if you get in the right position first. You never want to engage before your team, because it'll put all the attention on you, and the team will just turn on you, and you're going to die. You only have 150 health. What you want to do is wait until just after your team initiates, and then you go in on their backline. That's when you harass, and that's when you get their attention. If you can peel 1 or 2 of the other players off from the other team, that's going to make the team fight way easier for your team. It's going to help your team out so much, especially because Tracer is a 1v1 specialist. If you can peel one hero off from the enemy team, as long as it's not a really good McCree, then you're going to help your team out a lot just by getting in that 1v1. Usually you'll win it. If not, you can back out, but stay alive. Because if you can peel one hero off from the enemy team, you're making it a 5v6 for your team if you can continue to do just a little bit of damage. Or if you can land that kill, then you're really in a 5v6. That's when you can do damage, and that's when your team is just going to wipe. Alright guys, that's all I've got for you. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. If there's something that you want to see from me in the future, drop a comment and I'll be sure to do it. Feel free to watch the rest of the gameplay, or you can skip ahead to the end where I go through some of the things that I touched on earlier. I give a brief demonstration of me flicking back onto the target after I blink, and also the melee cancel with recall. I guess we don't need it. I guess.
That's okay. We'll work around it.
Winston's low. Trying to dive.
Alright, let's push in, let's push in.
Soldier dead. Soldier dead.
Do you maybe counter with?
Soldier down.
They're down one. Behind you guys, Hanzo, Widow.
Winston's weak on point.
Can I get an ult check?
Can I get a help on point? Oh my. I have literally 1 HP. Thank you. Woo!
Alright, Genji, the nano is yours for next team fight.
Oh my goodness. Hanzo dead. Genji coming over weak. Nice pick. This Widow's not gonna be able to contest. Nice, guys. Alright guys, now I'm going to demonstrate what I touched on earlier, where you can flick onto the enemy right after you blink in order to keep your sights on them and continue dealing damage, while at the same time being able to stay out of their sights. This is going to let you be more efficient and deal more damage in those scenarios and win more 1v1s. Now this is me showing you that even if you haven't reloaded in 3 seconds, when you recall, you're going to get those 40 bullets right back in your clip regardless of how much ammo you had before that. And then I'm going to show you that you can cancel out the melee animation with your recall to deal just a little bit extra damage before getting that health back or just recalling back to your position before. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next video.